Black Swan is directed by Darren Aronofsky, stars Natalie Portman, Mila Kunis, and that's pretty much it. Black Swan is about Natalie Portman, a ballerina. She is trying to land the lead role in her new ballet production, Swan Lake, which is about a ballerina who has to embody a white swan and a black swan, and she ends up going mad and killing herself. Well, that's sort of what the movie is about. She becomes obsessed with nailing the role. She becomes obsessed with being perfect. Her mother is always on her, wanting her to be the best she can be. She still lives with her mother. I'm not sure how old she is or how old she's supposed to be. It's rather odd at times, but this movie opens and the editing is one thing that sticks out. The editing is really, really good in this movie. Aronofsky uses his same style, usually like rough handy cam shots following the character around, but he just something about this movie he directs so well. And I think it's the use of like unexpected shots that you don't really see that often, but they capture what you need to see. They capture characters and good background. They're just in unexpected places and unexpected images you get to see. The music is also amazing in this movie. It fits with the story and what's happening so well. Sometimes it comes out of nowhere and it's really loud and unexpected, and it works very well. Mila Kunis plays another ballerina in the school. Natalie Portman is convinced that she's trying to steal her thunder, trying to steal her role, steal her part. She ends up being the backup dancer in case Natalie Portman can't do it. This movie is very psychological. There's a lot of psychological aspects going on with Portman's character that you try to figure out. And it's kind of like she's a schizophrenic, but she's not. She's completely normal. She's just so obsessed with this role in this production. Her dance teacher is fantastic. I mean, he's really intimidating in this movie. He wants her to be the best she can be, but he's also like wanting to help her, and he ends up seducing her and trying to sleep with her, as he does with all his other students he learned. Since she has to play both parts, she pulls off the white swan flawlessly. That's one thing that got her the part. Now, whenever she's just rehearsing, she gets that fine, but then she can't nail the black swan, and the black swan is more dark and evil. And throughout the movie, you see like she sees herself as a darker, like meaner woman, and it's just Natalie Portman showing up at random places where the normal Natalie Portman, the real one, sees her, and she just becomes really obsessed with everything. She goes crazy, and Aronofsky just carries this steady as you're watching the movie. It's a good runtime. It's only like an hour 50 minutes, but he puts everything together so well. The editing, it's all edited together so well. And it's just a steady progression of her character going completely insane. And it ends up, you notice that she is following the story of Swan Lake. This woman is losing her mind, and she ends up just going crazy. And the finale is so good. I was left with chills when the credits came to the screen. It was absolutely perfect. And this movie also had really good cinematography. The opening scene, the opening sequence is a ballet sequence, and it's just filmed so beautifully. Everything about this movie is beautiful, but it's so psychological and it's so mad. I mean, it's insane. Another thing I really love is they use like quite a bit of CGI in this movie. It's kind of like Birdman, where there's like just random like things showing up that are obviously CGI, and it's kind of that way. It's kind of the same way in this movie. The swan, you see the black swan show up numerous times, and it's just she's trying to stay sane, and she's trying to learn what's real and what's not, and she ends up thinking that she killed Mila Kunis' character because Mila Kunis was going to do the show because Natalie Portman got hurt also doing something related to schizophrenia. She got hurt, and she ends up stabbing her, or she thinks she stabs her. Turns out she didn't at all, and Natalie Portman just realizes she has gone completely insane. So when she goes out to perform the final act on stage, she succumbs to the black swan and falls to her death. And it ends up, whenever she thought she stabbed Mila Kunis, she stabbed herself. And as the camera goes up and it's shot on the lights and it fades to the credits, you see directed by Darren Aronofsky pop up. You don't know what had happened, and you think she's dead, but you really don't know, and you're just blown away. I had chills come up. It was so good, and it was such a greatly directed movie. Portman actually won for her performance. She did a fantastic job. It was probably her best performance. She lost weight for the role to play a ballerina, and she was very convincing. She did a great job. This movie, it's really good. I like The Wrestler better, but this movie is something else. It's very different and not really what you expect. It's more than what you expect. Like you didn't expect it to be this heavy and this good and this psychological and this crazy, but it is. And Black Swan was fantastic. I thought it was really great. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 stars. It's a really good movie. I think Darren Aronofsky is a really good director, and I'm just really excited to see Mother. So that's the next movie I'm going to review of his. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, and thanks a lot. Bye.